get a feeling it's not water in there.
What do you think it is?
Is it whiskey?
Oh, hey, buds, how's she going?
Oh, hey there, bud.
Today we're going to talk to you about bike safety. Helmet ad. Don't, you're going to fucking ruin my helmet. So, Gord over here, and Scott, and Tigger, and Marla and I are going to bitch about bike safety.
We are going to bitch about bike safety.
Yeah, when I said we're going to talk to you about bike safety, I mean we're just going to bitch about bike safety.
Yeah. Because people are fucking stupid, if you didn't already know.
It's true, there are a lot of stupid people in the fucking world, and that can make life difficult in a lot of ways. When riding a bike, for example, a lot of people think that in itself is stupid. You know, fine, you're entitled to go fuck yourself, and then there are people who drive in cars are just like, oh, whatever, I can still just be like. So then, bike goes under car, and death happens.
I actively, when I'm driving, try and give people at least a meter.
Oh, you mean like you're supposed to?
Yeah, I know. Because gave that bitch a meter. Because bitches love meters. It's a true story.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. It's a reference
Could you imagine someone taking a meter? Maybe go, out their mouth. All their insides would be ripped to shreds. That's fucked. Whoever told you that? You need to lay off social media.
It's not even... Okay, it is a meme I made up myself.
I'm wearing my helmet and I don't feel safe. You made this yourself?
I don't know, there was a meme on the internet a while back that was like, I gave that bitch a blank because bitches love blank. And so I made up when I was driving one time, and there was a cyclist, I was like, gave that bitch a meter because bitches love meters.
But like... Think of the logistics of that.
I'm not talking about your dick.
Well, I know you're talking about mine. It's not a fucking meter. What do you mean bitches love meters, then?
I gave them a meter of distance so as to not hit them with my car.
So bitches love a meter of distance?
Yes.
Quick shout out to a station I actually don't listen to and don't actually give a fuck about because I don't really like country music, bud. But anyway, I'm drinking from a good old Star 96 FM bottle because... I think my parents would just appreciate my giving that shout out to a Valley radio station. You should bring water with you when you go bike riding to hydrate so that you don't dehydrate, which, by the way, is the opposite of hydrate.
Wait, dehydrate's the opposite of hydrate?
I know. It took me a bit as well, but yeah, that was just a quick shout out to Star 96 FM.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's all country shit.
Yeah.
And then quick shout out to Canadian 83. My bottle's empty. And that's a problem. I don't have I have a problem.
And
it's
that
my
problem
bottle
is that,
empty.
yeah.
So if you could see in your heart a way to supply us with whiskey, Canadian 83. They're not a sponsor. Neither is Star 96. Not a sponsor. Hashtag make me a sponsor. Hashtag fuck you pay me. With whiskey. Anyway, bike safety. Here's the big one. Wear a fucking helmet.
Yeah.
So we don't look up laws and shit when we bitch. I don't know if you noticed. But, so, I'm pretty sure you can be... Yeah, and when you put the helmet on, make sure it's fucking clipped. Because if you fall off and it's not clipped, then you're still going to smoke your head on the pavement anyway. I think the law is at 16, maybe it's 18, but I think it's 16, you don't have to wear a helmet anymore. Which seems pretty fucking dumb, because the older you get, really the more you need to protect that fucking noggin of yours. Because fuck, they found me. The older you get, the more you gotta protect your noggin. It's gonna go anyway, and you're gonna be like, wait, who are you? At some point. The more you hit your head, the better chances of you getting dementia. It's interesting because I guess they're like, oh, well, people after 16 aren't stupid.
I was a moron when I was like 16, 17.
I know morons who are in their 60s.
Yeah.
Walking around not wearing masks when they're... Anyway, so we're not talking about masks today. But yeah, I know a lot of stupid people.
I hope I don't fall in that category.
No, I was just looking at you confirming I know a lot of stupid people. I wasn't being like, and you're one of them. So it's really difficult when you're stupid, I guess, to think about how smart it is to wear a helmet. Because imagine, if you will, you're cycling along and you're just going for it, and there's no bike path, so you're cycling on the road, and someone's parked off to the side, and they decide to swing their door open. And there's a car on this side, and they swing that door open just before you get there. You're going to be really happy you had a helmet when you fly over that door, or through the window, or into the car.
This is the most important part of your body. This head. Not the other one.
It's a pretty important part.
It's a pretty important part of your body, but I feel like this head's more important. Once that's fucked, it's fucked.
Moral of the story, Life sucks, get a fucking helmet.
Also, might I recommend getting one with hot rod flames on it? Because it definitely makes you go faster. True story.
I can't imagine the speed you'd ride if you weren't wearing that helmet then.
Thanks, man!
You're welcome.
I also have little legs.
Little legs that go all the fuck way up to Canada, bud. Because they start there too. Another one, don't stop on an active bike path and stay in the middle of the lane. The reason why, especially if there's a big turn where you can't see either side from the point of that turn, is people will fly around that corner on their bike or on their rollerblades. We're talking about bike safety. Rollerblades can fuck off. People are going to come by on their bike, and your bike is going to be in the middle of the lane, not moving. Now, I don't know if you know what happens when something that's moving fast hits something that is not moving at all. But the thing that's moving fast tends to move a lot slower, very fast.
Inertia.
I've known a couple people who have ridden straight into a parked car, which is super hilarious to me. It was in a parking lot. That was not very loaded with cars, and somehow he still managed to ride headlong into the ass end of a van or something.
Okay, full disclosure, I have ridden into a parked car, but it was the mirror.
Can we re-examine the moment before all this when you were like, you're not talking about me, right?
Okay.
I know a lot of stupid people.
I hope I don't fall in that category.
No, I was just looking at you confirming I know a lot of stupid people. I wasn't being like, and you're one of them.
Okay.
I was also borrowing, it was in college, so it was a very different time.
Were you drunk?
No, I wasn't.
Were you high?
No, I wasn't.
It couldn't have been that different.
I was also riding somebody else's bike that was much too big for me. So, like, stopping was...
Were there brakes?
Yeah.
I'll let you explain that.
Yeah, I was having a conversation with another person and wasn't quite paying attention to where I was going and smoked the mirror of a parked car.
You're having a conversation on your phone?
No, with another person who was biking next to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to excuse that or just forget about it. Are you wearing a helmet?
Fuck yeah, of course I was.
Hey, bike safety. I'm going to now forget about all of that so I don't say what's actually in my head. And then just focus on the fact that this guy just rode into a van that was a solitary van in a parking lot and rode straight into the ass end of it. I don't know how or why. He didn't intend to do it. And I don't know how he missed that one. He wasn't talking to anyone. He just was like, I guess he was looking down while he was biking and then looked up and then, which is hilarious to me. There are people who are less observant than you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I love you.
I love you too.
Good. Still? Good. So yeah, if a bike that's moving fast hits a bike that's not moving at all, typically the person who's on the bike moving fast will fly off of the bike or get tangled up in both of the bikes. And if there is not another person on the other bike, going straight into that bike, imagine just like skidding across the ground entangled in bikes. Or if there's a person standing with that bike, then you're also, now two people are injured, tangled up in bikes. And guaranteed the asshole who stopped there, what the fuck you riding? It's like, you were right in the middle of the lane. This is a turn. I can't see what's around this turn. Well, you're slowing the fuck down. Even if I was going 10k an hour, I still would have clocked you because you're a moron, right? Now, this hasn't happened to me. Legit, it actually has not happened to me. But I will tell you what has happened. Here's another rule. If you are a parent and you have children who are using bicycles, have not literal eyes on them, but watch them. Know where they are and what they're doing. Yeah? Because here's the thing that happened to me in this great buzzing metropolis of North Bay, you know, in the middle of the icy cold frigid July that we have. I'm ripping down the Cape Paceway, going for a tour, bud.
Just fully sending her. Except I do slow down a bit because, so I'm mindful, I'm still going fast enough. There are children, and I swear the youngest there must have been like 2 fucking years old on a tricycle. And the other 2 are like, I don't know, 7 and or 9. I don't know. But there are 2 other kids, and they're like up under the slope of the overpass, and their bikes are parked kind of on the lane, and then this kid smack dab in the middle of my lane. So if there was an oncoming cyclist and that kid, I would then have to decide if that kid is eating shit for that kid's parents being stupid, or I smoke an innocent bystander who is biker, I guess, who is riding on the other side, and I'm sorry, man. Oof.
you know, and then we both going at fast speeds collide, and then that's all sorts of more damage. I don't know if you know physics, and I won't be able to explain this to you in a very good way, but when one bike is going fast this way, and another bike is going fast this way, and they collide, there is more damage than if one bike is stopped and the other one is going fast, right? That's just the thing.
Because the energy has to go somewhere.
Because physics. So, don't do that. First of all, if you're... I mean, I know kids don't know any better, I guess. Even though a lot of kids seem smarter than their fucking parents. But yeah, and then I rode past, and there were a couple other kids and adults coming that way. So I imagine those were their kids. If they weren't, and there were no parents around at all for those kids, what the fuck? But if those were their parents, what the fuck? And then yesterday we went for a bike ride. And I had to warn someone on the way. Thankfully, the kid had removed it, because I guess realized that she was being a dumbass. Is just smack dab in the middle, both lanes, just there.
Yeah.
I was like, riding around, and like, oh, you know, like having to go around. And she was kind of like, oh my god, there are people on this active bike lane. I don't know what to do with this information. Maybe I should move my bike off the fucking path. I was going to say common sense, and I know that's not like a thing. Because, you know, places like Florida exist, but like...
uncommon sense.
Sense. Here's the thing. If you're driving a car on a busy road, like the one you can probably hear right alongside our place, do you just stop in the middle of the lane and hop out and just be like, la, 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 come get me, motherfuckers? You know, like, I'm just gonna hang out. No one's gonna hit me. No one's gonna get upset. No one's gonna honk their horn for me to get the fuck out of the way! You know? That's absolutely gonna happen if someone just stops in the middle of the fucking road.
Yeah.
So, I don't know why people think that it's different with bikes.
I mean, that's why a lot of places make you bike on the fucking... That's another thing that drives me fucking crazy.
Biking on the sidewalk?
Well, no. When, like, this is a thing that changes from place to place. Like, depending on where you are and the bylaws and everything, they make you bike on the fucking road. Yeah. And, yeah, which makes sense for most places, other than, like, intensely busy fucking streets where there's, like, literally nowhere you can safely bike on the street, other than on the sidewalk. And if you bike on the sidewalk, they will fucking ticket you. Well, I understand, yeah, pedestrian safety is a thing. I get it. But I feel like if you have a bell on your bike or you have a good sense of things about you, you can navigate better on a sidewalk than getting smoked by a fucking car.
Yeah, I mean, and the damage done is less. Here's the thing. I know there are a lot of people, there probably aren't a lot of people. There are people watching this, though, who are probably like, well, I drive a car and cyclists are a bunch of fucking morons. And I agree with you. And then... I'm sure there are a lot of pedestrians who are like, cyclists are a bunch of fucking morons. And I agree with you. And here's why. I think everyone's a fucking moron, first of all.
Yeah.
And needs to learn different. But I cycled in Toronto for 4 years, and I've been hit 3 times. So, one of which was actually, like, significant enough.
Yeah.
That it was lasting damage for some time. My shoulder still clicks all the time, so I guess. But anyway, this one. When I would rage cycle through Toronto, which is what I called it, I'm obviously not going to be rage cycling on the sidewalk. Pedestrians could move out of the way fast enough, but guaranteed they're not paying attention because they're just like, I'm moseying around the sidewalk and I just don't care because I can move as slow as I fucking want. And as a pedestrian, I fucking hate pedestrians who walk super goddamn slow. I hate it. I hate it all. Especially in Toronto because everyone's like, I'm going to walk like a zombie would walk. Very slowly, like, so that anyone behind me can't go around. And there are 5 of those morons abreast along the sidewalk. So you have to walk onto the street to get around these fucking morons. Granted, you do it very fast because they're so fucking slow. But if there are other pedestrians coming, then you're all trying to... and then you're all in front of the cars. The cars are honking. Fucking hate pedestrians. Bunch of fucking morons. And at the same time, there's a cyclist trying to come between all of them, being like, ding, 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 ding. I never used a bell on my bike. I just told everyone, get the fuck out of my way. Because, like, serious. And if a car was cutting me off, well, I don't even give a fuck. I used to be like, no, I can't hit someone's car. That cost a lot. Yeah, well, so does my face. And so does my bike. You know, not as much as the car, but guaranteed if a car hits me, or if I bang on a car, even if I manage to dent it, it's not going to cost as much as it's going to cost them if they smoked me and I filed a lawsuit, that's going to cost them more.
Yeah.
Like, the damage in the poor girl's car that I hit. Yeah, so, like, I didn't get hit by this car. Sorry. I hit the car. But she was peeling out of a side street, and I had the right of way on a main street. And she wasn't looking, I guess, when she turned. And I was like, I can go into traffic, I can go head on and go over the car, or I can, like, slightly turn. And that's what I ended up doing. So from knee to hip, right above the wheel well, this deep. Like, 6 inches, a good solid 6 inches deep into the car I went. And then my whole torso just went on the hood. And so I was like, what the fuck? And what? Thank what? So she comes out, she's already in tears. She's just like, oh my god, I just killed a human being with my car. Mm-hmm. Which, fair. I would be upset too. Yeah. Unless it was someone I was aiming for. And then I'd just be upset if they were still standing. Because I'd be like, fuck, I gotta do it again in reverse. And like... She was in tears. She gave me her information. She's like, and she's like, I have to go to work. And I was like, I have to go to work too. I didn't have the wherewithal to be like, I should call the cops now. We have to deal with this. It's early morning in Toronto on Dundas, headed east, so it's super busy. And people are already like, bah, bah, bah. It's like, oh yeah, sorry, you didn't see this giant fuck off dent in the car that I caused with my leg because she pulled out at the wrong time? Like, drive the fuck around. And if you can't, then wait. Yeah. Because my life is more important than you getting to work on time. And, like, I know that sounds, like, super selfish, but I mean to say, fair. Like, a human life, it doesn't have to be mine, is more important than getting to work on time.
Yeah.
That one morning. And then the cops got pissed at me because I didn't call it in. And I was like, do you know where we live? Fucking dumbass. Like, you should know. You guys are firing bullets into cars that belong to someone else that was stolen by someone. You don't even hit the person in the car when it's on the sidewalk, stopped. I don't know why you do that, but that's the thing you do as cops. So you know the city's fucked. You're the people wandering in, shooting 9 bullets at someone who's got a knife on a streetcar before you taser them. So you know the city's fucked when that's what you do of a day. Mm-hmm. You're getting mad at me for helping clear the line of traffic on a busy street in the morning in Toronto? Get the fuck out of here. At least mine didn't involve murdering someone or, going out of my way to cause property damage. I caused property damage, but she definitely didn't use her insurance to fix it, and I didn't cause it on purpose. She put her car in my way.
Yeah.
And it's hard to stop going 30 kilometers an hour down Dundas when someone pulls right out in front of you. But I thought, no, I need to get to work because I'm a good person and need to go to... See, there it goes. And need to go to work. And this person is bawling her fucking eyes out, and she needs to go to work. Hopefully she didn't crash into anyone else on the way. Yeah, that was a rant. I don't know. Bike safety, everyone.
Bike safety. Bottom line.
So here's the thing. Drivers are stupid, cyclists are stupid, and pedestrians are stupid. And if you just accept that all 3 of those groups of people are fucking stupid, you'll find it way easier to cycle on the road. You just have to be aware of the stupidity. If you're part of the stupidity, you won't be aware of that. And that's going to be a problem for me. You have any tips on bike safety or horror stories to convince people to be safe?
I mean, we've said a lot already, I think.
I've said a lot, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really have any cycling horror stories because not much has happened to me on my bike, so that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're lucky. I've been hit by a van as a pedestrian, so...
I don't know. I feel like I would be super fucked getting hit by a car.
Or you'd be okay, because you would just, like, soar into the air and then land lightly. I know it's not a cartoon. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But everything,'s funnier when it's a cartoon. And if you were in cartoon, I think it would be hilarious watching you get hit by a car.
I think the best would be, like, if, like, if I had a similar scenario where I, like, hit a car like this, and I went flying, but I did, like, a front flip in the air, and then, like, landed fucking ninja style, that would be amazing.
I'll be, like, skimmed right over the end of my bit where I was just, like... Yeah, if you were a cartoon, I think it'd be super amusing to watch you get hit by a car. And you just either didn't hear that, or just was like, wow, you're an asshole, and went straight into the next topic.
I had that, like, whole scenario of, like, ninja flipping over a car that I had to put out there.
I think more likely you would go under the car. Be safe, everyone.
Yeah.
Don't be a fucking moron, bud.
Don't be stupid.
Or I'll fucking drop the helmets and gloves and we'll have a fucking go.
Yeah.
You want to go me like fucking Ty Domi, bud? Let's go.
Fucking send her on your bike, bud. But keep your fucking head screwed on.
Shout out again to Canadian 83 in case you didn't hear me the first time, because I don't have any more Canadian 83. So, fill her up, bud. Yeah. Till then. Cheers. Maple syrup, bud.